Hello, my friends. Here we are on day 18 of Proverb Pearls. We are discovering gems of wisdom for daily living. And of course, if you've been listening, you are able to apply, hopefully, what you're learning, what we're encountering into your daily life. And that's the whole idea of this. This is not some deep theological or even linguistic, grammatical study. I am treating this like how I experienced this process. I took a couple months to go through Proverbs and honed in on these gems, and now I'm just trying to share them with you the way they were given to me. And hopefully it's an engaging, not overwhelming fashion, not a bunch of bells and whistles. I just want to make sure that you at least get the information that I was given, and hopefully it will be inspiration to you and maybe even a little revelation. We're looking at chapter 18. The gem is 18:15. Here's what it says. The mind of the prudent acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. Now, most of you are going to see the word mind, and you're just going to keep moving on. But what I do when I look at this, I always make sure I have a couple English translations. But the most important version I have is the one that's written in Hebrew. I love to be able to look at the Hebrew text and see what's behind English words, because many times the translators do their best to give it to us the way we would understand it, but sometimes they miss it. And in this situation, I think they missed it. At least the NASB did, because what we really have here in 18:15 is not the mind of the prudent, but rather the lev, the heart, lev navon. There's that combination again. Lev navon. And actually, in this situation, the NASB is saying this is the mind of the prudent. We understand navon being the ability to discern between good and evil, understanding. Here we've got lev navon. Will be able to acquire knowledge. Now, there are some other important words that Solomon places into Proverbs. Key words like knowledge, definitely a big one. Discipline, another one, very big one. We're focusing ultimately the most important word that we found at least one time in every chapter of Proverbs. The one word that we're going to focus on for 31 is the word chacham, wisdom or wise. The second most important word is navon or vin, which is the root word for understanding. We have those two words, and then after that it gets really exciting, and I'm hoping someone else will keep digging and give us some of those other powerful verses that connect wisdom and understanding to knowledge and instruction, etc. But it says here, the lev, the heart of the navon, buys knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. So navon is going to acquire knowledge, and the ear of the wise is going to seek knowledge. So there is a process here where Solomon is constantly giving us different dimensions, different ways, different approaches to how we need to look at this important word wisdom, and this also very important word understanding, and how we can approach it. Here he's giving us a different way. He's saying, listen now, the lev of navon, the heart of navon, is going to purchase it. We talked about that before. Above all else, you acquire it, get it. And the ear is going to seek it. So hopefully that's exactly what you're doing. And sometimes ear is connected to heart. Sometimes mind is connected to heart. Sometimes mind is connected to ear. I mean, it goes back and forth, these different images. But in all of it, what we want to be able to do is to apply this into our heart, into our minds, into our spirits. You know, there's a verse that is a parallel, I think, a really interesting parallel. Proverbs 15:14. It says the mind, and again, what's the word? Lev. The mind of the intelligent. Now, here's what I think is so cool. The English translators said in 18:15 for lev navon, the mind of the prudent. In 15:14, it says, guess what? Lev navon. And this time they say the mind of the intelligent. Now, they're looking at dimensions and trying to figure out different possibilities, but wouldn't it be powerful? It certainly is for me, to not have to first start with what they say, but first start where Solomon wrote it. See, for the Hebrew reader, They see Lev Navon, Lev Navon, Lev Navon. They immediately go back to him being given Lev Hacham Venavon. Immediately in their minds, they think that way because they've read it in Hebrew. In English, sometimes we get on it's kind of like a treasure hunt. And that's why I call these gems. We got to do some digging and some searching. And in order to do that, we've got to have the tools. Hopefully, you've taken advantage of at least the first level of our Biblical Hebrew audio course. It gives you a chance to know at least what some of those letters are and how those words are put together. Maybe you'll go through the whole course and really get the tools so you can do some digging. But here is our gem, Lev Navon, the mind of the prudent acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. Either way, both of those pictures give us the idea that there's something about knowledge. And we're going to move on with this, but boy, oh boy, knowledge by itself is just not quite what we want. The first thing we want is we want that heart that's listening that would receive a Chacham Venavon, wisdom and understanding, and then from there we build. So remember, keep digging. This is Proverb Pearls, and I am your friend and host, Keith Johnson.